Does your baby or toddler scrunch up their face and push really hard when making a dirty diaper? Does your child clog up the toilet when they go number 2? Or do their poops look like little pebbles? Do they try to hold it in because it's too painful to go to the bathroom? If so, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Eat Your Greens with Dr. Black, Small Byte edition. This podcast is all about supporting families in their efforts to give their children a solid foundation of healthy eating habits that will last a lifetime. I'm your host, Dr. Angela Black. I'm a board-certified pediatrician with over 20 years of experience. I'm passionate about using evidence-based guidelines to teach my patients and their parents how to prevent chronic diseases for a lifetime of health. In today's episode of Eat Your Greens, we're just taking a small bite. Small bite episodes give you the opportunity to get advice direct from a pediatrician in 10 minutes or less. I'll serve up a snack-size answer to some of the most common questions I get asked in the office. Don't forget that this podcast offers general health information about nutrition and feeding of infants and children. It's meant for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace the important relationship between a parent, child, and pediatrician. If you have concerns about your child's nutrition, health, or growth, please consult your doctor. For more episodes, or if you would like more information about child nutrition and feeding, please visit www.eatgreenswithdrblack.com. In today's Small Bite, we're going to talk about poop, specifically how to prevent and treat constipation. Constipation is usually defined as having infrequent hard stools that are difficult to pass. It's a common problem for both adults and children alike and can have many causes, like medication side effects, diseases of the gut like irritable bowel syndrome, and hormone disorders such as hypothyroidism. Untreated constipation is a frequent contributor to frustrating problems like bedwetting and urinary tract infections. It can interfere with toilet training and can also cause problems like anal fissures. These are small tears in the tissue that are painful and they can cause blood in the stool. Constipation can cause hemorrhoids, and if it goes untreated for long enough, it can lead to soiling accidents, also called onchopresis. The single most common cause of constipation is eating a low-fiber diet. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate, and I know when you hear the word carbohydrate, you immediately assume all carbs are bad for you, but let me tell you, they're not. Fiber is found only in food that comes from plants. Things like meat and dairy from animals don't have any fiber. It acts by drawing more water into the stool to make it softer, and it adds bulk to the stool, so it's easier to pass. The health benefits of fiber go way beyond just making it easier to use the toilet. Among other things, dietary fiber has been shown to reduce the risks of heart disease by lowering cholesterol. It can prevent colon cancer and other types of cancer, and it can help control blood sugar and diabetes. It's also important for keeping our gut bacteria healthy, which in turn helps keep the rest of our body healthy. We'll have an episode later on the microbiome and how important it is to our overall health. When foods are processed, the fiber is stripped out, leaving only the starchy carbohydrate. Now, that's the bad carb that you always hear about. Starchy foods bind up the stool. That's why doctors always recommend them when you have diarrhea. But when eaten on a regular basis, they'll tend to cause constipation. Also, during processing, many important vitamins are lost. Let's talk about some foods you can give your child to help relieve constipation. These include pretty much any fruit, but especially pears, kiwi, grapes, oranges, peaches, and plums. Dried fruit is also an excellent option. Oatmeal contains a ton of fiber, so, say, having oatmeal with raisins for breakfast is a great way to start your day if you're constipated. Encourage lots of vegetables, especially the green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale, but other things like broccoli and peas are also great sources of fiber. Many of us know from experience that legumes like beans and lentils have a ton of fiber. I mean, I think we all remember that childhood rhyme, beans, beans, they're good for the heart. You can finish the rest. But don't forget about whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, farro, barley. These are all great sources of fiber and other really important vitamins. Last, don't forget to offer plenty of water to drink. This will help the fiber do its job better. Now, to prevent constipation, we're going to want to offer fewer starchy binding foods. These include milk and cheese, white rice, white bread, crackers, pasta, anything made from refined white flour. All the stuff that we like to eat. This also includes chips, cookies, puffs, all those sugary baked goods. Last, we want to avoid high-fat processed meat like sausage, bacon, and hot dogs. Not only do these foods lack fiber, but they have been strongly linked to cancer. So really, you should just avoid them even if you're not constipated. Offering plenty of whole, plant-based foods is really the best way to prevent constipation. If your child already skips several days between having a poop, or if their poop is little hard pellets, they may need to start taking a stool softener to help relieve the problem while you work to add more fiber-rich foods into their diet. If they have soiling accidents, even if the soiling looks like diarrhea, they may have a more serious form of constipation called onchopresis. Talk to your doctor about which stool softener they recommend and other ways to treat this chronic issue. Using the bathroom doesn't have to be a painful ordeal. Be sure to check out my last episode on the top tips for picky eaters to learn how to get your child to eat more of these healthy, fiber-rich foods. Search the internet for delicious plant-based recipes, and don't forget to have fun letting your child help with meal planning and preparation. I hope you found this small bite helpful. As a bonus, you can get my favorite recipe for a fiber-packed breakfast smoothie in the show notes for this episode. Go to www.eatgreenswithdrblack for that and a ton of other helpful information. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to eat your greens.